Alright, so I got these all done here. Get some light on the subject. So I cleaned everything apart, and these are all standard. These are new rings that I got on this thing. Everything's good down in the lower end. Connecting rods, everything's really good. But anyway, like I said, these are all in great shape. The rings are set on this one here too. Connecting rods, I got everything marked, set to go for that. Now what I did over here, here's my cylinders. My bench is a mess. Yeah, so kind of how it rolls. So I got these deglazed, and I'm pretty good on I'm pretty good on the 60 degree. Harley in the service manual wants a 60 degree crosshatch. Yeah, so I cleaned up the cylinder heads the best I could get them. I don't have much to get in there, but that's fine. Everything's fine. Yeah. So it's I'm ready to put it back together. So I'm not going to get much time today, but I'll get back at it. Welcome back to Desert Dogs Garage and Metalworks. My name is Harry. Alright, well, the last video showed you where I was at on this as far as re-ringing this thing after I pulled it apart. Starting to put it back together. I did put one jug on here and or cylinder, yeah. So I'm going to set the second one on here right now. Kind of get a little light in there, and then I'm going to just check and make sure everything looks nice and clean. I don't see any sparkles on there. Let's see, I gotta grab my tools here. So what I got here is it's a piston support plate I made, and what I'll do is I tuck it under here. It's gonna set right there. Now my piston, let me get this out of the way. Piston is going to rest on the flat of this while it's in here, just to hold it stable. And you're down right on top. All right, there we go. So it's kind of going to hold it down. Put something in there so it don't go forward on me. All right, now I'm going to oil up my piston. Set that cylinder right there. To get my ring compressor on here. Hello, sorry to interrupt, but hey, would you do me a favor? Would you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also please hit the bell notification. That way you know when I have more videos to upload. I took a look at my analytics, and it's like over 90% of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed, so they have no idea when I upload videos. So if you would do those three things, I would appreciate it. And one more last thing, would you hit me up on a comment? Let me know if you like the video, what you would like to see on this channel, because that interests me, because then I can alter my channel, and I'm just trying to make it better. So again, sorry for interrupting, so let's get on with the video. Peace. Make sure my rings are correct. And that way, let's check that one back. One forward. All right, clamp this on here. Want that a little down. All right, it's clamped on. Now, take my cylinder, I'm gonna put a little oil on here. Just so it's something to ease on in. It's oiled already because after I deglazed it, I rinsed it real good with soap and water, and then okay, now this, get this up into here. Okay, so she's setting right on there. Right, I'm gonna tap down on it and she'll go in all the way down, so that oil ring is down there. I'm going to bring it up, the cylinder up a little bit. The light in there, make sure that oil ring is all the way in there. Yep, okay, we're good. Now I'll take this off. Okay, now get this all the way off. A little cumbersome. Okay, now take my cylinder up. That one back down. Just like that. Okay. I gotta go up a little more. Okay. Ran her right out of there. All right, that's out of there. I'll get my plate out. I'm on plate. Okay, support plate's out. Now, this down. Wow. All right, we're in there. All right, well, we're going to put the first cylinder head on now. There's 4 bolts. There's two long ones, and there's 2 short ones. Now, I always take and clean the threads out. This is actually a nut. It's got a hole that slides down in the cylinder, but I always chase the threads. Now I don't use a tap because taps are sharp and they cut, and we don't want to cut. We don't want to take any strength out of these threads. So I just run a thread chaser down there just to make sure everything's clean. That's a thread chaser right there. Okay, so I ran that down in every single hole. Now I'm going to take an oil. They recommend dropping a little oil in here just so that the threads got some oil on them. And then they also, you're supposed to do the flats. This acts like a lubricant as you're torquing them down. So okay, so I got that. You get all these done here. I really can't screw these up. You can't. They don't tell you to get new bolts, but they do tell you to lubricate everything up, and that totally makes sense. Now the service manual I got a couple of them actually. I got a Haynes, which isn't as thorough, but I got a regular service manual, Harley Davidson service manual. I got a free PDF online. I found it. Got pretty lucky, and it's the Harley one, and it's pretty thorough. So that's where I'm getting all my good information. I hate, people know what they're doing, but on some of these forums, and old people that really been doing it for a long time, really, they know by in their mind, boom, what it is. But I like to look it up, and I love service manual. I don't do anything without the exact tech manual, because that's the truth. Right there, it tells you what it is. So I don't take no chances with that stuff. So here's my head. Everything looks good. I wiped that down already. I wiped the face of that down already. Now let's put her on. I got my gaskets already set on here. It only goes on one way. It can either go this way or that way, but it's the same thing. Oh, I gotta put them new O-rings on there. Okay, so I ain't there yet. All right, well, I'll put the cylinder on. Now I thought on the top here, right up here and here, there was O-rings on there, and I looked in my James gasket kit and there wasn't any new O-rings. But so what I did was I got out my old head gasket that I took off it, and the O-rings are for this hole and that hole. But what they did on this gasket kit was the O-ring, the seal is incorporated into the gasket. I don't know if you can see that little rubber stuff red. But that's what it is. So it's a different gasket. It has the O-ring built into the gasket here. So yeah, I wanted to make sure I got that right. But there we go. Them are going on. So now our head's going on. This is the front head. Front. They're always labeled. You really can't screw them up. You really can't screw up pistons because there's an arrow forward. And the cylinder heads, you just mark them. I mark on top which one. You got to make sure on the cylinder. I don't think there's like a front. Yeah, it might be on the bottom. I don't know. But anyway, I mark the top, which way they go and what cylinder front, so I get them straight. But anyway, head's going on right now. Should I get that in that group? Let me just check underneath there again, make sure she looks good. Yeah, rock and roll. All right, so let's get this set. That's looking more like a Harley. All right, start this bolt over here. Find my hole. Get this covered up. I'm gonna feel good, because my biggest fear is dropping something down there. I kept it pretty clean. Got a vacuum with a little hose on it that I stick down into the crankcase. Clean it up real good, just and look and see. You know, it's always a little bit of like carbon gasket stuff that might fall down in there, but I really scoped it out. Yeah. Okay, come on. You want to go in there for me? Nope. You're in the right one. Okay, that one started. This one started. Get that on there snug down. Make sure she's seated good there. We'll get a little, just a little on it. I gotta go a little bit at a time on this. I don't want to go snug one down. Hands get so damn greasy. Oh, make some contact here. All right, so we're sitting there good. Now, okay, I'll get the other head and get that ran through there, oil it up, and we'll put her on. So we'll be back. Real good. All right, get my torque wrench and get all that set. Get her torqued down, and we're rolling. Loving it. All right, well, we're going to torque this down. Now it calls for, I have a 1/2 inch that reads foot-pounds, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the one that reads Newton meters, and it reads inch-pounds. Wait, let's see. Newton meters and inch-pounds, but I'm going to use the Newton meters. And what it says, I got my tech manual right here. Okay, so there's 2 sets of torques I have to do. I got to go around it once, torque everything down to between 9.5 and 12.2 Newton meters. Okay, so I got this set to 12 right now. So in the sequence that they want, 1, 2, 3, 4. I tighten that once, and then I go and I got to come up one more sequence. Anything between 16.3 and 18.9. So I'm going to torque these first to 12. What I got it set at right now. This is my 1 bolt right there. Okay, and my 2 bolt. Okay, I'll go to my 3 bolt. This is the sequence I want. Okay, and my 4 bolt. Okay, now move to this one. This is my 1 bolt, same pattern. Click. Next one. Click. All right. Click. All right, now I'm going to reset myself to, let's see, they're saying 16.3 to 18.9. So I'm going to go to, oh, I got a 18.9. I'm going to 18.9. Now there's another sequence after this that I got to do, so I'm going right to 18.9. Lock her down. All right, now get my deep well back on there. Click. It's 18.9. Click. 18.9. 18.9. 18.9. 18.9. I got to get my short one on here. 18.9. 18.9. Okay, so that's not really very tight, and it's not, there's reasoning behind that, because now I have to make a mark on the bolts and the cylinder, or the heads themselves, a line on the top, and then I got to turn it a 1/4 turn or 90 degrees, each one in that sequence. That's the next step. So my grease pencil right there, make a mark. 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 I gotta go to the other side. No dab will do ya. Mark. Mark. And a mark. Okay, so you can see the white marks are lined up right there, right? So now I got to turn it 90 degrees off of that mark. Go a little bit more. I think that's good. This one you'll see better. Okay, I'm gonna say that's 90 degrees. That one I gotta go a little more. A little bit off sequence, but yeah, okay, good. So I already did this one here. You can see that's 90 degrees off of that. So now I'll go to the other side. All right, I don't know if you're gonna see these or not, but so now I'm on my number 3 bolt. A little more. Okay, that's a 90. Okay, that's a 90. And then these ones over here. I don't know if you're going to see this or not, but I'm going to get her done. That one's set. $90 degrees. We're good to go. All right, well, I'm gonna install the rocker housings on here now. I'm gonna put my gasket on here. Now these gaskets only go one way on here. This part here is the key. They only go one way. They cover this slot right here. So they go on there like that. If you put it on this way, it's wrong because that's got to be covered. So it goes on there this way. Okay, so that's that one. Now get the other one, make sure that's on right, and we'll put the rear on. So I thread chased every single hole here, and I thread chased all these holes right here. All right, gasket's on there. Get that set there. Now got to use blue Loctite on here. So I cleaned all these off. So what I do, I love me acetone. Acetone is good to get on your cuts. I always put it on a rag, and then I soak my rag, and then I just clean my bolts. And then I'll apply my Loctite, because then it just assures that you clean. You get the grease off them, because the Loctite does a lot better. I put a dab on there. And drop her in my hole. That one lined up. Yeah, the back one's, I think it's going to be the bar. All right, rag, come here. All right, I'll clean all my bolts here first. All right, took a little bit while. Get these snug down. Kind of get them so they're in there tight, and then we'll torque on them. Newton meters again. I am at 18. Now it calls for 13.6 to 19 Newton meters. So I got this set at, what did I say? 18. 18. So the torquing sequence on this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I'm going to do this one first because I can get to all these. So it's 1 at 18 Newton meters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now here comes the fun one. One. All right, those are set. Now I had to get the rocker arms and get all that stuff ready to go, so I'll get that stuff set up, some things put away, and we'll be back. Well, the first thing I got to do is I got to install the push rod tubes. Now I had tape over this duct tape and I undid this one, so I'm going to do the front. I got my O-ring in there and everything is set to go. I got everything cleaned. I went through everything, cleaned it real good, cleaned all the O-ring, my surfaces, and now I'm set to go. So first of all, I need to put the push rod tubes in here so I can put the rocker arms on. So here is a push rod tube. Just like I took out, and I mark it. That is FE, which means front exhaust. And this one is FI, front intake. So the intake is right here. It comes up into there. That in there, make sure I'm setting down on my lifter. Verify that with a flashlight. Yeah, okay. Yep, okay. Now I'll do the exhaust. Get that set down in there, and them are good to go. Okay, now got my rocker arms right here that are going to set up in there. They're going to set right on top of there. Now, okay. There we go. All right, I'm down as far as I can go with that. There's going to be a little lift on that. It's going to be a little bit of a lift on them. All right, well, I got that. As I have that set on there, I got to find my 2 long bolts. My 2 long bolts are going to go on this side. Now there's no Loctite on these. They don't tell you to put Loctite on these. But I am going to put a little bit of oil on there because I feel they're a little bit of dry on there. Okay, now I'll get my torque wrench on it. And I got it set. I can't remember what the hell it is. Between 20 and 24 Newton meters, and I am set at 24. So I'm going to torque this to 24. so I'll get the front all locked down, and then we'll put the breather on, and then we'll put the covers on, and yeah, go from there. So hang around. All right, well, I got this valve cover our valve cover back on and torqued down already. So now I'm going to do this one here, and I already got my torque wrench set, so we're gonna tighten them down. Okay, so one is this one. It'll work its way down. Okay, that's 2. This is what they want. 3. They want 4. Can I get on there? Oh yeah. 5. And this is 6. I felt it move. Oh, no wonder why I don't look right. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, right there. Lock down and stay. All right, now a little bit more here. Oh, so snap, 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 snap. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And always zero your torque wrench when you're done. There. Set to go. Alright, I got a good washing to do on this thing when I'm done here. But anyway, that's about all I got for today on this. It's been all day, just because you got to really take my time on it and get it right and think and adjust. I got to do the push rod covers, put them on yet, but that'll only take me a couple minutes. But yeah, so she's back together. She's new rings, deglazed. On the next video, I'll get the intake on, I'll get the exhaust on, and probably get a fire up on it too. I am also going to replace the compensator on this, so it might be a video in between this one after the exhaust, putting the compensator on. So yeah, I want to get that on before I get everything fired up, and just roll with that. Wow. So anyway, there you go. That's doing what we did. So hey, I hope you liked this video. If you did, hey, give me a thumbs up, and you know, give me a good punch, and then subscribe if you would, because that helps me out. That helps me get to where I want to be with this channel. It takes some time, and I'll keep putting them out if you guys keep liking on them. So take care and peace till the next time.